Hello, my name is Toby. I will be presenting the human nutrition and digestive system. In the introduction, I will be talking about the critical and keeping health by supplying the blood with the regular growth and repair resources. I will discuss about the digestive system in responsibility of decomposing the food we consume into vital nutrients and the absorption with the transportation to the body to support our body to support our other body functions. The effectiveness of this system has a direct influence on our general well-being, not just higher level, but to also the immune system. The structure of digestive system. In the anatomy of human digestive system describe the functions of major organs include which involve the digestive process. This begins at the mouth, where food is broken down chemically through chewing, and carbohydrates are digested through enzymes in saliva. The esophagus comes next and acts as a conduct that allow passage of food between the mouth and the stomach by the process of peristalsis way of contraction. The stomach is the main part of the digestive system in which body is churned and combined with digestive juices such as stomach acid and enzymes. Most of the digestion of nutrients occur here in the small intestine as food is broken down in smaller molecules by digestive enzymes. Lastly, the big intestine takes in the water and salt and turns the undigested food into waste to be eliminated. It will be useful to have a label diagram of the digestive system to visualize the process and some of the connection between the organs. The mouth and the salivary glands. Digestion takes place starts in the mouth, where there is mechanical digestion through the teeth and the tongue that breaks food into small bits. Meanwhile, the salivary glands, which also have the parotid gland, produce saliva that also carries amylase, which is an enzyme that triggers the breakdown of starch to maltose. A combination of food and the saliva occurs in the mouth. A bolus is formed, which gets passed into the stomach through the esophagus to be further digested through a chemical and mechanical process. The stomach. Esophagus. The pharynx is the place where food enters through the upper esophagus sphincter. The food passes through the esophagus through peristalsis. It goes down the lower esophageal sphincter and into the stomach through the diaphragm. This motion helps to be transported safely and ready to be digested in the stomach. So this is the stomach. The stomach is subdivided into various parts. The cardiac part, where food entry, we can see the esophagus, the endoric region, the cardiac region, the duodenum, pyloric sphincter, stomach body, rugae, and the pyloric sphincter as well. So in the stomach is subdivided into various parts. The cardiac part, where food receive entry, and the pyloric part, where it is processed. And then through the pyloric sphincter, food gets into the duodenum. Its lining has rugged, and this enables the stomach to enlarge in the process of digestion. Mechanical digestion takes place here in the form of churning process and is aided by 3 layers of muscles of the stomach wall, such as the longitudinal, circular, and oblique. With this synchronized contraction combine food and gastric secretion in order to develop a semi-liquid mixture known as chyme. Gastric juice is responsible for chemical digestion and it contains two elements, namely hydraulic acid, the HCl, and the enzyme pepsin. The hydraulic acid is an acidic solution, pH is around 2, which denatures proteins and activates pepsogene to pepsin, an enzyme that splits protein into smaller peptides to be digested further in the small intestine. Most nutrient absorption is seen in a small intestine, but the stomach takes up some of the substance like water, alcohol, and some drugs. And in the same way, some minerals are absorbed in the stomach in some quantities. This digestion facilitates the food to be well digested in the digestive system to come later. Now, in small intestine, digestion and the absorption of nutrients occur most in the small intestine. It is broken down into the three areas that include duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. We can see in the diagram we have these three parts after the stomach. This is here is the stomach, then the sphincter here coming to the small intestine, which is the duodenum, jejunum, the small intestine, which is the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Now, in the small intestine, digestion and the absorption of nutrients occur most in the small intestine. So it breaks down into three parts, which I've shown you: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. The act of breaking complex molecules of food down into smaller ones that can be absorbed with help of enzymes, bile salts, and other digestive secretion is known as the chemical digestion. Pancreatic acid enzymes in the duodenum include amylase, which are carbohydrates and simple sugars, while the lipase is the fatty acid and glycerol, and trypsin with the proteins and amino acids, which carry the process of chemical digestion. Liver bile dissolves fat and helps them to be digested. Mechanical digestion takes place as a result of segmentation, and food and enzyme interact, resulting in a circular movement of muscles that stream, which facilitates the interaction of food and digestion juices to a maximum. The absorption of nutrients is predominantly in the jejunum and ileum. Villi and microvilli are placed in the walls to increase surface area to optimize absorption. In this case, glucose, amino acid, fats, glycerol, vitamins, minerals, and water are taken into bloodstream and lymphatic system. The small intestine measures about 6 meters in length and has enough time to surface area which all the digestion and absorption to be done effectively. Now, in the large intestine, in the diagram we have the transverse colon, right colic flexure, which is the hepatic flexure. We have the ascending column, which has and the descending column, the sigmoid column, and the rectum. We have the left colic flexure, and we have the appendix here. Inside we have the jejunum and the ileocecal valve, and after the rectum is the anal canal where the waste pass through. Now, in the large intestine is very important in absorption of water and electrolytes that keep the body in fluid balance. Most of the remaining water, sodium, and other electrolytes in the undigested food gets taken up in the ascending column. Waste materials are collected in the cecum and moved to the sigmoid column, and then on the rectum and stored until it is eliminated through the anal canal. Also, the large intestine contains helpful gut bacteria that produce some vitamins, especially vitamin K and some of the B vitamins, including B7 and B12. Those vitamins are assimilated via the intestinal wall and influence such processes as blood clotting and energy metabolism significantly. The appendix here, which was once thought of as a vestigial part, is now held to have a role in the support of immune system as a source of healthy gut bacteria. On the whole, the large intestine plays a critical role in conserving water, electrolytes, vitamins, and development of the solid waste. The functions of the digestive system, I put this in three parts, which is the injection and propulsion. The injection, which is the mechanical and chemical part of it, and the absorption and elimination, which the injection and propulsion is the swallowing and passage of food through the digestive tract, while the mechanical and chemical part of it is the degradation of food to absorb molecules, and where the absorption and elimination is where the nutrient goes in small intestine and excretion of waste. This slide describes the major roles of digestive system. In addition to the injection, is defined as the act of consuming food, which starts in the mouth. The movement of food along the digestive tract is known as propulsion, and is most commonly accomplished by the peristalsis, wave-like contraction of muscles. After injection, food starts to be digested. Gestation of food by chewing and churning of the stomach results in mechanical digestion, and the use of enzyme acid in bile in the stomach results in chemical digestion. The food digested in the small intestine and absorbed into the bloodstream, and water and salt are absorbed in the large intestine. Lastly, the process of getting rid of inedible substances and waste in the body is called elimination. In illustration, flow chart of the digestive process will shed more light to the function that are related. Now, the mechanical and chemical digestion. This slide compares mechanical and chemical digestion. Which are both vital to efficiently break down nutrients. Mechanical digestion encompasses the physical destruction of food into smaller food particles, and the initial process of digestion food takes place in the mouth as people chew. The subsequent stage of digestion is carried out in the stomach through churning. As food is pushed along the digestive tract through peristalsis. These processes augment the surface area of food, and enzymes can act more easily. The enzymes bile and stomach acid, which chemically digest large molecules of food, are found in the stomach. To give an example, starch is degraded into sugar by amylase, and fat into fatty acid, and glycerol by lipid. The enzymes are required to act within the indefinite optimum conditions in small intestine. The duodenum contains a slightly alkaline environment, which the pH is between 7.5 to 8. Because biliary neutralizes stomach acid, such enzymes work well in this case, such as lipase and trypsin. The pH is alkaline in the jejunum, and these enable optimum activity of carbohydrates, fat, protein, and which are the digestive enzymes and protein digesting enzymes. The same alkaline conditions are favorable to the last process of the ileum that prepare nutrients to be absorbed. In this slide, the most important digestive enzyme I prescribes as the functions of the bile breaking down food secreted into salivary gland and the pancreas. Amylase is required to break down starch down into maltose and most active with neutral to slightly alkaline pH around 7 to 8, which exists within the small intestine and mouth. Pepsin is a digestive enzyme produced in the stomach, which is secreted as pepsogene and is activated by hyaluronic acid, which present in the acidic stomach environment. It is essential in the digestion of protein into small peptide to be further ingested in the small intestine, which has the lipase, trypsin, and pancreatic amylase. These are the enzymes into the pancreatic enzymes in the duodenum. With the lipase is dissolve fats into fatty acid and glycerol. The trypsin proceed with protein digestion to amino acid. Pancreatic amylase finishes the job of breaking down starches to simple sugar. Also, the liver secretes the bile that is salted in the gallbladder and released into the duodenum. Fats are emulsified by bile, reducing them in size to smaller droplets and therefore increasing the amount of lipase. Components of balanced diet. The main source of energy in the body is carbohydrate, which can be found in bread, rice, pasta, and potatoes. They are degraded into glucose, which powers the body cell, particularly the brain and the muscles. Protein not only aid in growth, repair tissues, and build up muscles, but are also in such food as meat, beans, eggs, and dairy products. The fat supply a high source of energy and required absorption in fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. They are also involved in hormone production and the upkeep of cell membrane. The sources are oil, nuts, seed, avocado, dairy products. The organic compounds require small quantities to regulate body vitamins like vitamin A, which is carrot, sweet potato, that helps in vision and immunity. We have vitamin D, with the fish, eggs, sunlight, that helps to maintain bone, to maintain body and absorb calcium. We have vitamin E, which are nut seed, which is an antioxidant to help and guide cells against damage. We have vitamin K, which are broccoli, these leafy greens, and which are aids in blood clotting and bone fracture. We have the C, which is the citrus fruits, berries, which helps to produce collagen and increases our immunity. And the inorganic one are the one that facilitates structural and regulated process are like minerals. We have the calcium, which are milk, cheese, almond, that develop good bones and good teeth. We have the iron, which are red meat, spinach, which produce hemoglobin and delivery of oxygen. We have potassium, which are potatoes and banana, which regulates the water balance and nerve activity. We have the magnesium, which are green vegetables, that controls controls muscle contraction and energy. Finally, we have the fiber, which are the legumes, whole grains, vegetables, that promote good digestion and weight, and water, which hydrates the body with body nutrient transportation. And all these are ideal components to make a healthy diet, can be represented graphically in the form of the food pyramid. And the importance of nutrients in this slide. Importance of these nutrients is that it makes us eat well, strengthen our immune system like vitamin C, zinc, and it all involves in tissue healing and cell repair. And in addition, healthy diets prevent malnutrition and chronic illness, diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. In this lifestyle, the difference between a healthy and unhealthy lifestyle is that in the visual we also underline the impact of nutrition and on health time outcomes. And the link between the nutrition and digestion is that the good digestion is a vital, ensuring that the body is able to absorb as many food nutrients as possible. Once it's broken down into basic form, and the body makes the nutrients and makes it goes in many different ways. While in this digestion, which is vitamins and minerals, like vitamin C, iron is important to help the body combat infections as have a normal immune system. Has a normal immune system, like maximum absorption of nutrients helps ensure improved metabolics and all that. And this digestion makes the initial process of whole body health. Thank you.